Hey there, MedWell. My name's Daniel Gaddis. Hope you all are doing well. Got a couple questions you all sent me. Something about sales skills and process and when creating a new sales team, I believe is what we're referring to there. So, skills, there are many. You've seen my resume. I've done all kinds of things. Important to point out that's been sales for the past 15 years, along with other things. I've hit my number or above 14 of those 15 years. The one outlier there was the first year I moved to RealPage. They had 142 different softwares and services. So really drinking from the fire hose there, about 12 of them. And I started in May. So a little late start. I got over 50%. They were more than happy with that. I got over 100% the next year. And then I was the number two sales rep year three on a team of over 100 reps. And man, and then I moved into sales, sustainability sales, but also managed the entire sales team in regard to that and some other products. I've managed sales teams when I was at Credit Retriever TransUnion. I've managed sales teams at RealPage. I've managed sales teams with Ancillary Analytics, my company. And you'll notice on Ancillary Analytics, I've worked with the Vermont Hemp Company for 4 years. So finding investors, sales of products, negotiating with farmers for land. I even grew on my 5 acres at in Asheville, North Carolina. And you know, it's all sales is a money game, or excuse me, it's a numbers game, is what it is. You got to take the time to do your cold calls, your emails, your marketing, your client relationship building, all these things, in order to keep my buckets full, as I say. Because if I don't make cold calls this week, I got to make twice as many next week, and if I don't, I'm just behind, behind, behind. You can see it in your numbers. It's a numbers game. Benefit is having somebody around like myself with many different skill sets that can be put into all kinds of fun situations. I've worked with so many business types, so many different individuals. Um, the other aspect of sales is really being that hunter, with the cold calling and the prospecting and, hitting people hard, or softly in many ways, but also the farming aspect of building a relationship, gaining trust, becoming a trusted advisor, and allowing people to buy from you rather than be sold. So a lot of experience there. We can talk down the road. Process, a couple things about sales teams that I know. A lot of companies want to hire somebody with industry experience and they know all these people and this good stuff. I've seen hundreds of sales reps come into organizations. I've hired dozens of them myself. And I'll tell you, when I look at the history of that, and I have multiple times in my career, it's about 70% of the success on a new sales team comes from people with zero industry experience. Zero. But they're good salespeople, right? They're good people in general is probably more important. Um, and maybe about 30% of people who had the relationships and experience are actually highly successful early on. It's just somewhat of a misnomer, but I'm about hiring people, humans being. I'm about working with people and mentoring and being mentored myself, coaching, training, not micromanaging. I'm about not telling somebody they did something wrong pretty much ever. I would tell them, when I started in sales, this happened and this is how I dealt with it. It seems to have worked since then. Ever had that happen? Not saying that thing you just did. You don't want to point your finger at people. Let them, give them enough rope to hang themselves. We learn when we make mistakes, so mistakes are good things. But if somebody's making too many, then it's time to get maybe a little bit more into that micromanagement area, really more coaching, um, hand holding, things of that nature, as far as a business relationship and a sales relationship goes. I want to help people. I want to help people sell. So yeah, lots of group meetings with the sales team. Not lots, once a week, and then meet with each individual once a month. Um, get some sales training, both from our company, from MedWell, and myself, as well as external training. Bring in sales program training that is specific to what we're doing with MedWell. Those are some of the big things. I don't want to take up too much time. I think you said 5 minutes. So, um, yeah, it's maybe not what a lot of people expect to hear somebody like me say, but I've been around the block, and you can't beat just solid, good people that want to help each other. That's in creating that culture is a big deal to me. So it's not to say that I can't that I'm not doing things by the numbers and things you might hear other sales managers say, but I want to be really adamant about who I am and the people that I like working with and the people I want to help to be incredibly successful salespeople. Everybody I've managed has always hit their number. Almost, not always, not the first year, but they get good fast and they're happy. They're happy where they work, and that goes out to the prospects, the clients, the channel partner relationships. Building channel partners is another thing I do, and that plays into helping the company and the sales team be more successful. Literally, other things to sell. So if they can't sell MedWell specific what we want to sell that day, we can sell something, do a great job, let them buy it, show that we support it well and it works well because we vetted everything out first. And you can always loop them back because you did a good job and you built their trust and you became a trusted advisor. Then you can have a talk about what you maybe really wanted to sell them in the first place. But I digress. Why MedWell? So you all probably know where Telluride, Colorado is. So I grew up in Telluride, Colorado, and snowboarded there for about 10 years after high school and a little college. So before any of this legalization stuff was even anywhere close to real, I mean, decades before that, that's all we sat around and talked about was it's at least has to be available medically. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. We would talk about it constantly. Legalize it. Um, so why do I want to be working with MedWell? One, I want to help others. It sounds like you've got a new company. You're probably coming up with some creative new ideas, which I'm also really good at. Um, yeah, I like to be parts of things like that. The somewhat chaotic management of the future through the present. It's just a lot of fun, and sales is great because you're always helping people that way. But I'm trying to digress from the multifamily industry in particular. I've been doing it for 21 years. Something new, and Vermont Hemp Company gave me a peek into that where I could do so many things with them, getting those investor dollars and selling products and creating oil and getting the distilleries or what, the press companies that and the logistics and, growing that hemp and everything. It's, the cannabis industry, hemp and marijuana are something that's always been in my heart. And I think if you're going to have a sales job, sell something you love, right? Why am I an amazing person? Let me count the ways. Um, I would say I wake up in the morning wanting to help people every day. That's my modus operandi. That is exactly what I want to do. And if I could get away with it, I would do nothing but that all day long for the rest of my life. Animals in particular, but humans too. And it doesn't matter who they voted for, what religion or no religion they have. It just doesn't matter what color they are, what country they're from. I mean, even, some of these aggressive countries, I don't care. I want to help people to any extent that I can. And I've done a lot of the self work over the years. And I've gotten it to this weird place in the past few years. It is impossible for me to have a bad day. And I'm not kidding. You could run over my dog. Please don't. Um, you could burn my house down. You could hire me for this job. Tell me you're going to pay me $1 million and fire me the next day. And I would just be like, huh, all right, on to the next thing. It's a weird place that I found myself, but I'm incredibly positive. I'm not like your happy-go-lucky positive all the time, but every word that comes out of my mouth is positive. every word that comes out of my mouth is sent with love and compassion. But I'm a business person too. So, uh, I'm capable of many things. That's some of it. Hopefully, we can talk soon. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. This is Daniel Gaddis. My phone number is 303-803-2271. And my email is gaddis.dan@gmail.com. Have a great day.